Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group would like to present an article review on survival avenues for Pakistani libraries in the era of emerging technologies, adoptions of Library 2.0 and Library 3D. Before we begin, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Nurul Shazwani binti Zamri.
Hi, my name is Siti Nur Aisyah binti Muhammad Noor.
Hello and hi everyone, my name is Aisyah Fariha binti Muhammad Hood.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nur Shazani Usma binti Muhammad Kamal.
Hello, my name is Dayan Batrisha Fazana.
Before we begin, what about Library 2.0 and Library 3D? It all started with World Wide Web, which also known as Web 1.0. This is the first stages of World Wide Web evolutions. Then it moved to the Web 2.0, which this is more user self-centered, which has created Wikipedia, Facebook, Twitter, and other web blog sites. Then we move to the Library 2.0, which this is the modernized form of library services. And lastly to the Library 3D, which encourage constant and purposeful change. Bell 2010 include in her articles some fact from Origins of Species by Charles Darwin saying that organisms are best adjusted to their environment are the most successful in surviving and reproducing.
Web 2.0 applications are based on the Web 1.0 to create a new communication environment. There are many Web 2.0 applications available for use such as blogs, wikis, really simple syndication RSS feeds, list servers, instant messaging, etc. The use of Web 2.0 social networking tools is also helpful for better training and knowledge sharing within an organization.
I will continue to present from Web 2.0 to Library 2.0. The term Library 2.0 first appeared in September 2005 in a post by Michael Kesey in his blog. It was considered as a successor of the Library 1.0 concept in the Web 1.0 era. Library 2.0 aims to take the information to people by bringing the library service to the internet and getting users more involved by encouraging feedback participation. Web 2.0 technologies have played a significant role to stay current with the changing needs of library users. With the features of Web 2.0 applications such as messaging, blogging, video streaming, and social tagging, librarians can create interaction among users, increase awareness about library services, and broaden their contact base. According to Zhu et al. In 2009, it was very important that how Web 2.0 applications could be introduced to libraries for service enhancements and for encouraging participatory librarianship. According to Creative Commons in 2010, social media websites have great potential to enhance the delivery of library services and to contribute the professional development of library staff.
And the next session was from Library 2.0 to Library 3D, the emerging concept of Second Life in libraries. Second Life, or SL, founded by Linden Research Incorporation, which probably the most well-known three-dimensional virtual world. Users can personalize their avatar to replicate themselves in this virtual world. It was made to be possible for communication. According to Gartner Research 2007, they claim that 80% of active internet users will have a second life in this virtual world by 2011, which is obvious to say that Second Life is turning into an active web service. Many libraries in the developed world, which mostly in United States of America, has started providing user service in Second Life environment with new concept of 3D, which replaced Library 2.0. For example, Alliance Library System in Illinois, USA, Bavarian State Library in Munich, Germany, Cleveland Public Library in Ohio, and State Library of Kansas in Columbia. According to Sauer and Truman 2007, they have mentioned that there are few services and benefit from having a library 3D because it is as an outreach service for public, academic, and special library users, which also allows conversation about events, workshop, display, and exhibition. And it provides one-on-one interaction and benefit of networking, partnership and collaboration, events, workshop, and discussion groups. It also gives a place for people to do meeting, and it has become a meeting space, a creative space, and it was made available to do a continuing education as well as a library education. According to Holmberg 2008, inside the Second Life activity, librarians can execute are volunteering, exploring Second Life, demonstration purposes, training, presentations, and meeting. While according to Hirschwald's 2007, it has mentioned that networking is one of the primary activity which librarians are needed to participate in Second Life, and it works as a solution for the real world problem by using an XSL network. It allows librarians to collaborate and communicate in a way that is not limited by location and existing relationship.
Before we discuss further about the articles, let's see the overview of these studies. The problem statements of the studies is the concept of Library 2.0 and Library 3Ds were coming from the rapid change in the evolvement of technologies. However, this rapid change were obvious only amongst the developed countries compared to the developing countries. There are not much studies about the concept of SL application in the provisions of library services, Library 3D in Pakistan. Next, this study has four objectives, which firstly is to recognize the existing research in Pakistan on any aspects of Web 2.0, Library 2.0 and Library 3D. Secondly, it is to investigate how a user-centered library can be created using the Library 2.0 and Library 3D applications. Thirdly, it is to learn what information professional thinks about this. And last but not least is to recommend change for the use of Library 2.0 and Library 3D tools. The research design for this study were divided by two, which is the firstly is the review of previous surveys and also interviews. So for the review of the previous surveys, researchers were required to explore the finding of previous surveys conducted recently by Pakistani researchers on various areas of Web 2.0, Library 2.0 as well as Library 3D. While for the interviews, it used a semi-structured interviews where specially selected samples of information professionals, and the samples of interview population framework consisted of information and library professional in executive position at well-known institute who had a fuller knowledge of Library 2.0 and Library 3D application. The respondents from the Pakistan were working in the managerial position such as a chief librarian in the Punjab Province and Islamabad Capital Terracity ICT.
Major finding a related survey. It's been revealed that no study about library treaties in Pakistan. However, there is 5 study related to discussing different aspects of Web 2.0 or Library 2.0 in Pakistan. So here we will discuss about the 5 study related to Library 2.0 in Pakistan. A study by Arif and Mahmoud in year 2010. The study comprised library professionals serving in academic, special and public libraries in 4 provinces of the country. It's conducted by using SurveyMonkey and email discussion group. It was revealed that internet skills were the main factor affecting the adoption of Web 2.0 technologies in library. The second study is by Atta and Shafique in 2010 that also found through an online survey supplement by personal interview that the use of Web 2.0 application is increasing among information professionals in Pakistan. And the use of it not discriminate through gender and sector, either public or private sector. However, it was found that the perception of library professionals about many Web 2.0 application was not very clear, such as the use of instant messaging or any application which can be used to provide information and online preferences. They suggest that library professionals in Pakistan can take advantage of the benefits of Web 2.0 and about the technologies and application by learning to use this application to offer attractive and dynamic service for the user of Web 2.0. Another study was conducted by Shafique and Batul in 2010 regarding the usage of social tagging in libraries. Information professionals in Pakistan agreed that the use of social tagging has many benefits such as sharing ideas, finding social contact, and discovering resources. The respondent also agreed that the purpose of using social tag were assigning keywords, keyword-based searching, sharing links, and many more. Also, social tagging is a new advantage for libraries and social institutions because of the effective for organizing library website and useful for referring library user-related sources. The respondent also stressed that social tagging is necessary for library to create user-friendly environment so that librarians can understand user interests. The fourth one, in a survey research study in the same year by Shafique and other researchers, explored that the trend of Web 2.0 or social media usage among the students of Islamia University Bahawalpur IUP. A sample of final year student was taken from the geography department, and the results show that many Web 2.0 websites such as Site You Like, Technorati, Blogger, Twitter, and Wikis were used frequently for communication, research work, online learning, and making social contact. So we can see that it is showed the use of Web 2.0 really welcoming for both formal and informal type of learning and communication. The fifth research by Kotab and Mahmoud in 2009 explored library websites in Pakistan to analyze their content and navigation strengths and weaknesses, and to give recommendation for developing better website and quality assessment studies. Research based on a 77 item checklist was conducted from website of 52 academic, spatial, public and national library about Web 2.0 in different modes. The next one is finding from interview. The interview response were divided into different teams emerging from the data. The first one is developing an interactive and people-centered library in Pakistan with the help of emerging technologies. Nowadays, social media is changing the lifestyle of people who are the potential customer of libraries, which means that libraries must keep follow on trends so that a library which is people-centered can easily interact with user by social media. The second interview is about the usage of different Library 2.0 and Library 3D application for library services such as microblogging, which is Twitter, mobile device, social networking, email group or list server, video and image sharing, blogs, really simple syndication, RSS feeds, wikis, social tagging, social bookmark, instant messaging, and Library 3D application. However, Library 2.0 and Library 3D tools are not intended to replace the traditional libraries, but it is to supplement and enhance the available resources and services for the user.
Next one is a way forward for libraries in Pakistan, proposal for integrating Library 2.0 and Library 3D with library services. The use of Library 2.0 and Library 3D services are divided into three parts, which are collection development activities, user services, and the professional development of librarians. For collection development activities, there are three parts, which are information acquisition, information organization, and information dissemination or sharing. For information acquisition, libraries can acquire information from sources external to libraries such as blogs and wikis. Next, for information organization, libraries also can take advantage of online social tools for cataloging and tagging their sources such as LibraryThink, Tagly, etc. And the last one, for information dissemination, libraries can easily distribute digital content or alerts about printed content with the help of RSS feeds, microblogging tools, and social networking sites. The next part is user services. It has three elements, which are reference service, information literacy, and book discussions. For the first one, which is reference service, librarians can go out of their libraries and provide reference services on the spot to students and faculty. The second element is information literacy. Information literacy classes can be designed, or librarians can deliver lectures through video conferencing. Lastly is book discussions. Book discussions can be arranged through social networks such as Facebook, MySpace, library blogs, and others. The last part of the use of Library 2.0 and Library 3D services is professional development of librarians. The first one is learning new applications in a virtual environment. The new technologies of Library 3D along with Library 2.0 tools could be a good source of learning new technological applications for librarians. It will enhance their service skills. Librarians can also share their experiences with each other and seek opinions on different library issues. They can also participate in workshops or seminars virtually. Next is communicating with the global and local communities of librarians through video conferencing. The technologies of Library 2.0 and Library 3D can also be used for communicating with global and local community of librarians. It is the best option in communicating with each other and finding solutions to professional problems.
As a recommendation, based on the review from previous research survey, Library 2.0 and Library 3D applications are the means of building user-centered libraries. And the second recommendation was a need to change in the mindset and attitude of information professional to switch from a collection-centered approach to a user-centered approach. And the third recommendation was training programs should be initiated by professional association and library school in Pakistan for the training of information professional in the usage of Library 2.0 and Library 3D application. The fourth recommendation would be travel grants should also allocated to the information professional to get training from other parts of the world. And the last recommendation would be information professionals should arrange information literacy program for their user communities so that they can train their user community by the usage of Library 2.0 and Library 3D application. As a conclusion, libraries all over the world are now standing in a crossroad to survive from the total disappearance from the scene. They must also learn to embrace new technologies to survive in this fast-changing technological world. And also, according to Bell's 2010, managing our uncertain future is about achieving fitness and learning to adapt to the change and staying relevant to the users. Also, the changing notions of Library 1.0 to Library 2.0 and also now our Library 3D are reflecting the different generation users of the web. The last conclusion would be developing countries such as Pakistan can also get the benefit from this emerging technology.